Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another review, this time of the Master Builder Series Mos Eisley Cantina. This is my second, over $200 set, and is now my biggest one, beating out the UCS Luke's Land Speeder I own. With 3,187 pieces, you can see down there. It's got the black box art with the twin suns up there. It's got the Master Builder Series. Kind of lame that there's no, logo for it, I guess. I don't know, because UCS has a logo, but it's not really a big deal. And it's got Mos Eisley right there, and then if we look around the box, it says Mos Eisley in just a couple different languages. I think Spanish and French, probably. And then the back shows the set, shows 3 scenes from the movie, or no, 1 scene from the movie and then 2 scenes recreated in Lego, as well as just the speeder in the set, and then just the set kind of set up with a bunch of figures. And then spinning it around, you get some nice side box art of a water vaporator, and then on top you get the row of minifigures. If I flip it around, there you go. So you see the 23 or something minifigs included. So quite big, very large. Let's actually get this open. If we slice open the tape seals right here, there's 3 of them. And then opening it up, oh yeah, there is 1 box inside and then loose bags. So I guess let's pour those bags out. Carefully. Okay, so that's all the bags. I'm seeing up to 18, and then let's get this one open as well. There's another couple seals on it with tape. And if we open it up, it'll have our instructions and everything. So, okay, so it's got the dewback, and then the big instruction booklet. We'll get that open in just a second here. And then the rest of the bags. So, as you can see, a lot of bags here. At least 18. That's the highest number I saw. But looks like we also have a pipe right here. And then if we open up the tape seals on the instruction booklet, we can take a look through there as well. So, getting that open. And it is a giant booklet. Very thick, as you can see there. And it'll have a scene from the movie. And they talk about the design team, what went through designing it, the stuff in the set, and then looking through, it looks like it'll be, 18 bags. So, I'm gonna take quite a few hours and get this thing built. Okay, so now that we have the set built, took me a couple days, quite a few hours. Kind of go through all the minifigures first, then the builds. So I'm gonna start out with the basic ones that probably people already have figures of. So first off, Han Solo, he's the basic one. If you got the microfighter, you have this figure. I mean, he looks nice. He's got a belt print and it goes down to the legs. He's got a nice hairpiece and he should have a second facial expression. Yes, so 2 facial expressions, as is pretty normal and standard, and a nice back print. Again, if you got the microfighter that was released 2 years ago, you already have him. Same with C-3PO. You could have gotten him in the land speeder set. Again, he's nice. He's not as good as the UCS Luke's Landspeeder 3PO, but he still has, some silver detailing on him for the leg and all the wire detailing and the continuous torso print. So, overall good. Farm Boy Luke, probably the most standard of them all. Guarantee probably every decent Lego collector who collects Lego Star Wars has a Farm Boy Luke. And I kind of wish for these UCS sets they would try and make more exclusive variants. I don't necessarily know what they do, but even a face print I think would be enough. But it's just always the same. Then Ben Kenobi, he comes with that newer style of hood. He comes with no second facial expression, which I kind of found a little weird. Because some of these guys, there's a whole row over there. They don't have second facial expressions, and that's fine, because it's sacrifices like that to get, like, 20 figures. But, like, I feel like Obi-Wan's a pretty basic figure that they mass-produce, so I don't know why they wouldn't have a second facial expression. But then he's got some back printing there. And he actually uses the firmer, like, starchy cape, which they all do in this set, which, I don't know, it's just a little bit strange. Then you also get this Chewbacca. He looks very nice. This is actually my first normal Chewbacca. I have the snow one from the Hoth ATST, but yeah, I mean, he's pretty standard. He's got that one piece that connects it all with a plain brown torso underneath, and he's got the bandolier going around and that stud shooter crossbow. I'm forgetting what bowcaster. There we go. R2, this is before they added back printing for R2, so there's better R2 figures out there, but he looks, I mean, he's standard R2, so that's like the main cast. Like, you've seen these guys on a ton of other sets. They're not special. So, time to get to the actual, like, unique figures. So, first off, you get this, like, I think he's a Devronian or something. Mostly, I like this figure. I like the little scarf print and all the fabric. No leg printing. You're going to see this on pretty much every single figure. They just don't have leg printing, and it's not a big deal. He uses a starchy cape, and then he's got a back print as well. And my only complaint with this figure is, if it will zoom in, you can actually see the back print for the face just a little bit, like his mouth poking out. And I just wish they would have extended this mold by, like, just a tiny amount, and it would have fixed it. But the mold itself is very nice for the horns, and then that's his second facial expression, if it would focus. Okay, there we go. That's his second face. That's his first face. So, all in all, nice figure. I just wish they would fix that simple thing and extend it down by a little bit. Then you get the Bith musicians. They look very good. They all come with slightly different instruments. And they've got very simple fabric printing for their torsos. It doesn't need much. What is nice is the really good mold for their head. It's very, very detailed, very good looking. And it's just a very good figure. Okay, what is that doing? There we go. Next up, it's, I believe, Pondo Obaba. I'm not 100% on all of the names of these guys, but he looks very good as well. The mold for that head is really good, very detailed. Obviously, to get all that, like, detailing, again, no leg printing, it doesn't really matter. And if you actually remove the head, it's pretty stuck on there, obviously. You can see some simple back printing and a very nice little jacket print for him there. And then next you get his partner, Dr. Evazan. He looks nice as well. He uses that, like, Grand Moff Tarkin hairpiece, just the old guy hairpiece, and he's got, one blind eye, and I believe he should have a second facial expression. Yeah, so that's for when he like loses his arm. It looks good as well. And then he's got nice face, not face, torso print, which again suffers from that same problem of the torso print skin color doesn't match that skin color. And it's something Lego has been suffering from, and they have not fixed it even to this day, and it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Next up, you get a Trandoshan. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. There is a name on Bricklink, though, and it's a very cool Trandoshan piece. It's a cool mold. If it will focus, it looks nice. That's what I'm saying. And then it's just a simple jacket, olive green. And again, no leg printing. Very few of the figures actually do have leg printing. There we go. Next up is Greedo. And my one complaint is Lego has released a no arm printing, or no, a Greedo with arm printing. So I don't get why on the now $400 set, originally it was like $350, but still, why did we didn't get Greedo? I'm okay with no leg printing on most of the figures, but if you've done it before for added detail, why not do it for this one? Yeah, it's a complaint I have. It's not a really big deal, but it's a little bit disappointing. But he looks very nice. That Rhodian head mold is good. And he's got that belt print for his holster, and then a vest print. Obviously, it's a good figure, all in all. Next, you have the Imperial Spy. I'm a little iffy on this figure because I think this piece looks nice, but as you can see, it's like a neck piece, and so it makes it look a little iffy. And I would have preferred if they could have made like a whole one mold for the head, and I think it would have looked better, would have been sturdier, but it's still really cool looking. A really cool figure, and it's like the first time we've seen a minifigure representation of that spy guy, and he has very simple detailing as well. I mean, he's just in a gray outfit, so there's not much there. Next up, you get an Athorian guy. He's got a really cool mold as well for his neck and everything, and it's very neat looking. And he actually gets leg and toe printing. I don't know why he got so much extra detailing. Doesn't matter, but I just find it a little funny how much detailing he got compared to some of the other guys. But he looks nice. He's got a scarf print. He's got a continuous belt print there. As you can see, goes down even onto the legs from the torso print. And then the toe printing is, I'm pretty sure, his feet. Next up, you get this bat guy. He looks very cool. No second facial expression. That's another thing that's interesting, because printing-wise, can't be that expensive. It's a minifigure head. It's very small. But he comes with short legs, and he's got a nice vest print and a very cool bat mold that pretty sure they use for Man Bat as well for the DC sets, but cool nonetheless. Then you get a Jawa. I mean, he's pretty simple. Obviously, he doesn't get a second facial expression because all we've ever seen of Jawas is their glowing yellow eyes, and so it doesn't matter. There couldn't really be a second facial expression. But he's got, two bandoliers, or not bandoliers, just straps with pouches on him. And he's got that classic microphone gun to represent, like, the electrical guns they have. Then you get the bartender. He looks very nice. He's very simple. He has a second face, an angry face, and a chill face. And he's got some detailing for... Here we go. Focus in. Okay. Gray, like sideburns. And then this figure actually does manage to keep the chest print and the face consistent. Like, it's the same skin color. So good on them for that one. And you can see some detailing for his hair on his chest. And last but not least, you have two Stormtroopers, the Sand Trooper variants. And so the only difference between these guys is really whatever pauldrons they come from, or whatever pauldrons they come with. And then their backpacks are the same. Simple designs, but nice, and you can clip some stuff onto it. And then their helmet's very good with that sand detailing and the detailing of the sand all around them. So, all in all, figure collection is really good. Obviously, you get the basic guys that I think all collectors have. And show them that to the side. It's good. It's good value for your money, I would say. At least for Lego Star Wars specifically. Like, 20 figures is pretty good for them. But moving on, getting to the actual builds, going to start with the smaller stuff and then work their way to the main attraction. So, firstly, you get this, like, I guess it's supposed to be either a spy droid, like you can ride in, or just a speeder-like thing. It's, like, seen in the background in the Mos Eisley scene. So, obviously, probably why no one really knows what it does, or at least I don't. I'm sure there's lore on it, but it comes with a control panel and a seat. It shows Greedo being in there, so I guess it must belong to Greedo. And then it's got a platform for it to stand on, and it's a nice little build. You know, it's very simple. Goes with the whole Cantina. Then, well, actually, let's look at a speeder first. So you get this speeder as well, that you can also see in the background of the scene. And this is actually a really cool build. I really like it. It was a fun build to do. Lots of neat techniques. And it's got the clear, round, smooth pieces on the bottom. So you can slide it along flat surfaces pretty easily. Not that it's meant for kids to play with or anything. And then you can remove the cockpit, and inside you have a control panel and then some more sticker detailing as well. And it's just a really neat speeder design. It's pretty unique in the world of Star Wars, I would say, at least from the speeders you generally see, which are a lot of like bike designs mostly. But it was neat to see. Then moving on, you get two side builds that you can connect right there with clips, and there is also ways to connect them to the Cantina that I will show off. But looking at this first one, it's got a cloth awning in the front here, so it's like a storefront. You got, some assorted goods along the side here, and a crate with an Imperial logo. And then moving on to the entrance, it's pretty simple. You can just pull the door up, close it back down, and then popping it open. I don't think this like removes easily like the Cantina. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think it does. But there is some interior stuff. Not really able to see it very well. Apologies for that. But it's pretty basic, but nice looking. Then you also get this set, or this build, not set. It's another little shop. This one actually does have the roofs come right off. And so you got this piece, supposed to be just like a ship piece, I guess. And then in the back, it's got, just some tools stored, a pot, a glass. And then in here, it's got some sort of blue crystal. If I zoom in here. And then just storage crates with a wrench in there. It's very simple. It's nothing special. It's nothing crazy. But, again, I like the builds because they just sort of bring the whole Tatooine vibe together with the extra buildings. And then, for the Cantina, I'm actually going to remove it from the tripod. And we're going to sort of look at it from a top-down view, I think will be best, so I can show off the Cantina. But first off, you get the dewback here, and there is actually two alternate sort of builds for it. Not builds per se, but I can remove this one-handed without breaking it too much. Okay, a little bit of breakage, but getting my hand out of the way. You can also just have it be a plain dewback, and you can also take the saddle off if you want. And it's got an articulating mouth, but unfortunately, while it is a nice mold, I wish they'd be able to incorporate some moving legs into it. But into the dewback storage area, you just got a bit of water and a bone for it, and then it can just sit right there and look pretty nice, I would say. But moving on to the main entrance, they actually explain in the build process that while the Cantina door slides sideways in the movie, they made it slide upwards because it saves space. So as you can see, slides upwards. It's very simple. Just slides up and down, and then keys fell down, sorry. Getting up, you can see inside there's some seats and everything in there. And then opening up the Cantina is very simple. You pull this off. It's not even attached to anything. It just sort of rests on top, and then you pop off these pieces by just sticking your finger under and then pull them all off. So I will get those all off, and we can actually take a look on the inside. That all removes. It's a very simple process, doesn't take too much effort. Just a little bit of time, obviously. So okay. So once that's all off, looking inside, it's just a bunch of tables. So obviously they just have some drinks, all of them do, and just some sort of thing to do. That's where you can put the musicians for the band. And this is actually where you can recreate Han and Greedo shooting. On the back of here, you can see this turns, and that will sort of tilt the figure over in a sort of way of them dying, essentially. And then just another booth right here. And then looking at the main bar, it's very nice. There is better mocks out there, but those mocks have like probably a couple hundred pieces just for like this top section right here. So I get why they went with something simplified, right? Just to save pieces. But it's very nice. It's got a little control panel back there. Got some mugs and got some drinks. And it looks very good. And then they actually explain in the back section, you never see the back at the Cantina. So they actually got to take creative liberties. So it's just like a cleaning shed for the bartender, and he just keeps some materials there. So wrapping up this review, well, right, this section too, you just got some storage crates here. They're just full of like binoculars, and then the two water vaporators, they look very nice as well. But finishing up this review, it is a very good set. I would say, even though it's $400, if you can find a better deal, obviously find it somewhere else. I wouldn't necessarily recommend Lego.com unless it's double VIP points like I got it for. But for the figures, for the build, I mean, for everything, I think it really is worth that price point, even though it is increased from the original of like $350. And it's just, I think, a really nice UCS or Master Builder Series Cantina. And yeah, it's like a 9 out of 10. Some of the figures could use some work. But anyway, if you want to see more reviews, you stayed around this long, you know, subscribe and leave a like on this video. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.